I always liked Sam the Robot, the perfect robot that could do anything. He was on season 4 through season 10, performed by both Jerry Nelson, who did The Count, and Carol Spinney, who did Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch. He was different. He looked different than the rest of the Muppets. He was always a lot of fun to watch, and he was one of those characters where he could do anything if he didn't get in his own way.
Oh, greetings, Bob.
Hey, looking good today, Sam. See you later.
Bob was feeding you paper. He opened your mouth and put the paper inside.
Jim Henson designed Sam the Robot. This is the original sketch he made. Harvey Knee Slapper, this is a weird Muppet. He used to play pranks on people and then usually end every gag by slapping a number on somebody's back. Frank Oz did the voice of Harvey Knee Slapper, but he said it was very hard on his throat, so they eventually phased out the character, but I still love him. Little Bird made a whole lot of sense. He was the companion to Big Bird.
Some kind of strange little animal. I wonder what it is. I'll find out.
Why are you barking at me?
Well, I thought maybe you were some kind of little dog, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not a dog.
Fran Brill did the voice of Little Bird starting in the first season. The character continued and then kind of was phased out, but would appear a lot in books. And the reason is you didn't have to have a voice performer and you could throw a lot more characters in a book. Guy Smiley, the host with the most. This guy was a parody of game show hosts at the time. Now, game show hosts today are nothing like they were then, so he doesn't really make as much sense today. He originally started under the name Sonny Friendly, but then they changed to Guy Smiley. And as a guy named Guy, I thought that was pretty cool as a kid. Performed by Jim Henson. Jim also said that this was a character that made his throat hurt. So this is another reason why they sort of phased him out a bit. Jim would actually record the dialogue on set in a more standard voice and then dub his lines because they all had to be crazy over the top.
That's Guy Smiley. Hey, Guy, whose life is it anyway?
Well, it's none other than yours. Here is your life sneaker!
Sherlock Hemlock. He was a parody of Sherlock Holmes, of course. Crazy little voice. He appeared on the show in the 70s and 80s, would always solve some kind of mystery.
Nothing escapes my fantastic detective eyes. Sherlock Hemlock sees all.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't see you.
Sherlock Hemlock was phased out over the years because Sesame Street, they're constantly adding new characters, so there's only so many you can show on TV. However, on the German version of Sesame Street, he's still on. Guy Smiley's still regular, and also Lefty, who we're going to talk about a little later.
Tiefster Welt entgehen, denn meine Detektivaugen sehen alles.
Guten Tag.
Oh, ich hatte dich nicht gesehen.
All right, in at number 6, I love this character. He really only makes one appearance. He makes other appearances, but they never say his name other than in this sketch where we first see Kermit the Frog.
I'm Kermit the Frog, and I ordered a Kermit the Frog t-shirt.
Kermit the Frog t-shirt.
No. That says Kermit the Frog.
Hi, I'm Kermit the Frog. You got my t-shirt?
Of course I do, sir.
Okay.
Here is your t-shirt.
In 1980, we saw the debut of Forgetful Jones. He was performed originally by Michael Earl, but a year later, Richard Hunt took over the character. And like a lot of Richard Hunt's characters, they were phased out after Richard passed away. But Forgetful Jones was great. His gag, it was a one-joke thing, but it was a perfect joke.
Well, that ain't all you need to go right.
Give me a hand.
What you forgot has 4 legs.
4 legs.
Uh-huh.
Buster! That's it, my horse, Buster. Oh, Buster. I see you even warmed up the Jeep. Yep. Okay.
Roosevelt Franklin was a star. He had tons of merchandise. He had his own record album. He was a character introduced in the 70s, stuck around for most of that decade. Roosevelt Franklin was a lot of fun. The way he talked was fun. He would rhyme a lot of words. He would annoy his teacher. And I love this character.
And what do we say about exercise?
Get yourself plenty of exercise.
Yeah. Everybody ready? Here we go. Lean to the right. How's that feel?
Feels all right.
Don Music. This guy started in 1974. I never even knew his name. I just knew he was the piano guy that would try to rhyme something, and then when he couldn't come up with the verse, he would get frustrated and bang his head on the piano. And they stopped having him on the show because they said kids would emulate what they saw on TV and that they thought kids might be banging their heads on the piano. And I can attest to the fact that this is true because every time I saw a piano as a kid, that's all I wanted to do was go, Mary had a little lamb, her fleece was white white as, oh, I don't know, and then just slam your head into the piano. It was funny.
That's it. It is. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Oh, I'll never finish this song. Never, never, never. Oh.
In at number 2, debuting in 1970, 1 year after the show started, voiced by Frank Oz. This is the other character that is still on the air in Germany, on the German version of Sesame Street. But here we've phased out the weird, shady salesman who would try to sell letters to Ernie.
Hey, bud.
Who, me?
Who, me? Right. How would you like to buy an O? You can sing a pretty song, would it like so? Oh, oh, oh. Isn't that catchy? It'll cost you just a nickel.
A nickel?
Shh.
A nickel?
Right.
By the way, if you enjoy these videos, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And while you do, be like the Fonz and go, "Ay," because that would really help me. I mean, I can't hear your A, but I can see your thumbs up, and I appreciate both. Herbert Birdsfoot was super boring. It's implied at one point that he was a teacher and that he corrected Grover's papers. Just a really weird, boring 70s character.
Hi, this is Herbert Birdsfoot speaking to you, and this is the letter M. The letter M is very easy to recognize because it's standing on its legs, see? That is the letter W. It still has 4 straight lines, but now its legs are sticking up in the air. Oh, now that's the letter M, and that is also a good way to remember it. When you turn the M upside down, it becomes a W.
All right. Well, that's a great trip down memory lane. My favorite TV show of all time, Sesame Street, uncovering some of the forgotten Muppets. And boy, I hope you enjoyed seeing them again. Right now, a box is going to pop up here and here, and you can choose either one on this side. I'm going to put one of my adventures at Sesame Place, the Sesame Street theme park. If you like that, check it out. If not, go over here and see what YouTube says is best for you. But either way, come back here at 2 o'clock. Pointless Nostalgia, brand new video every single day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Never, never. Oh, no.